sweet for me until I stumbled along the river and fell in. The snake's back on his feet, walking down the street. He's coming for you, but baby, I'm coming too. I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna fight for your love. I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna fight for your love. I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna fight for your love.
Hello, everybody. It is May 15th, 2023. I am Drew,
And I am Tara.
and this is MELLONfights, America's number one, I repeat, America's number one sibling sports entertainment butthole buffoonery podcast. Top of the charts, MELLONfights.
Yep.
MELLONfights.
Melon Fights.
Melon
Not your
Fights.
mama's podcast, but our mama's.
Tara, can you turn your volume up just a little bit?
Yes, we can.
Just a tiny bit.
Yeah. Yeah?
Yeah, right there.
Ha ha ha.
Right where it is. We're
Okay.
good. We'll see how that turns out in the end. I can hear you.
Mhm.
It's just a little. I'm wearing different headphones because I can't wear my regular headphones with my sick new hat.
I like that. I was going to ask if it was new.
Sick new hat. Oh, look at me bursting out of my shirt. Hoo-ah!
Careful.
Ooh.
That might get us some views, though. Yeah.
That chest hair. Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this. I'm just too much thick.
Oh.
This has always been a problematic shirt. I used to wear it to work, and the buttons just aren't very good. And they just, the slightest move, they fly open. I'm thinking maybe I should just leave the top undone.
Did you get a lot of room keys slid to you with that shirt on?
They didn't even slide me the room keys. They just said, walk around the front of the desk and walk on up with me. This is the move. This is the look.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretending it's vacation already. It's a good look.
Speaking of room keys, did you hear about the night manager at a Nashville Hilton?
No.
Well, a guest woke up with him sucking on his toes.
Oh, I did hear about that. I think you told me about that, I want to say.
I didn't.
I definitely heard about it, and I was like, strange move. Strange move.
And then he was saying that he was in there because of he smelled smoke or something.
So he had to suck it out of his toe?
Yeah.
Was he denying that he sucked on the toe and then just said that he was only in there to
Probably
smell smoke?
check on the smell smoke.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Good. I should have tried that one a couple times.
Yeah. Well, I think what happened is they said he had been in the room earlier with housekeeping or maintenance to fix something, and the guy must have had his toes out, and he was like,
He must have
"Oh
seen
man,
them toes and said,
I need those toes.
I gotta taste those toes.
They look tasty."
Due to taking his
or
socks
maybe he
off.
accidentally dropped he was eating ice cream and it dripped on it, and he just was thinking that's gonna taste like a sundae.
No, don't give him that much credit. He just saw tasty toes and had to get a lick.
Mm-hmm.
You need to let me finish the hat is a birthday present. I got a birthday present already. My birthday is in July, the end of July 23rd, and here I am 2 months early rocking my new birthday present. Well,
That's perfect for the river.
Well, that's why we got it early. So if I need to use it, I can use it. She got me some other High Life stuff too. Miranda got it for me, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
She got me some other High Life stuff too that she's holding
Rocking.
on to until then.
Oh,
But I think it looks great.
I do too.
It's got a nice little pattern on the underside there.
Ooh.
It's got the lady. It's got the lady.
That's fancy.
Lady sitting on the moon. Speaking of, this podcast not brought to you by High Life, but it is my number one drink of choice on a hot summer day.
Wine is my number one drink of choice.
Yeah, because you're a wino. We're a wino. That tasted weird. Not quite cold. High Life when cold. I got I went out last week when Miranda was gone. And the real thing I did is I met John out for some drinks and some wings. And before he got to the table, I had a bucket of High Life set up for him. It was the
Were
move.
you at the Bird's Nest?
Nope, just the Village Tap. The wings were pretty good. I didn't hate them.
They have good wings.
Village Tap.
Oh, wait, I was thinking of something else.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
I was thinking of Avondale Tap.
Oh, I'm like, you been to the Village Tap?
No.
Look how white my skin is.
It needs some sunlight.
Sunlight one night. How was Mother's Day with Mother?
It was good. We went to Kohl's like most Midwestern mothers like.
On Mother's Day?
On Mother's Day.
Were there a lot of mothers at Kohl's on Mother's Day?
I don't think so, actually. But Mom and I tried on the same dress, took a picture. It was fun.
I don't think I saw it.
I'll have to send it to you. Mom got the dress. I did not. Didn't look as good on me. Too much thick.
Too much thick.
Mm-hmm.
It's the life we live, Tara.
I know. What'd you do
It's
for Mother's
the
Day?
bird. Nothing. No. Oh, that's not true. We had lunch with Miranda's family. They came into the city,
nice.
and we had this pizza place. It was fine. It was
Nice.
fine. Some guy from Italy told them to eat there because they basically they went to a winery in Italy, and the person that worked at the winery was like, "Oh yeah, I know the guy that started this place in Chicago, and they served their wine there, so they wanted to go there because they thought they had like an inn." I think I don't know that we had. I think it was normal prices.
Didn't have an inn.
I don't think we had an inn. I don't think there was an inn, as far as I could tell. I think basically the person's like, "Oh yeah, we get a lot of business from that place. They always tell people to come here." So
that's funny.
But the pizza was fine. It was like, brick oven pizza, and it was fine. The actual crust it tasted good, but the crust was so wet and floppy. So that part of it I didn't love. But the toppings were really good. But yeah, that was my Mother's Day. I called our mother. I'm gonna see her next week.
Yeah.
There's an email from her we'll read later. I see that we got from her. So there's that for us, And then anything else Mother's Day or weekend related that you wanted to talk about before we move on?
Well, last week I ate a lot of sandwiches. I'm on a sandwich kit.
Oh, she's a sandwichier. Sommelier.
Sure.
Help me out here. Come up with a name of someone that is a sandwich, not a sandwich artist, but a sandwich connoisseur.
Sandwich sure.
Sandwich sewer.
Sandwich sure.
Maybe.
Well, I've been really feeling the sandwiches, and I ate a sandwich, and this was on Wednesday. I had a sandwich, and then I went to work, and Mom had been out to lunch with her friend, and she brought a sandwich, and she had it at work. She's like, "Hey, I didn't know if you wanted this." I'm like, it's gonna be busy. I had a sandwich earlier, so I don't need it right now, or I don't need it. So she's like, "Okay, I'll take it home, see if your dad wants it." So I got done with work around like 7:30, and I went home just to see Mom and Dad. And they were out on a walk, so I saw that the sandwich was there, and I had seen that like a chunk of it was eaten, but then the rest of it was put away. So I was like, Dad must not have wanted it either. So I finished the sandwich, and I was like, well, they're not here, so I'm just going to leave. So as I'm leaving, they're coming back from their walk, and I'm talking with them, and Dad runs inside quick, and I said to Mom, "Oh, I finished that sandwich." And she's like, "Oh, your dad's going to be bummed out." And I go, "What?" "Yeah, he talked about the sandwich our entire walk." he said it was so good, and he really liked it. And I'm like, "Oh my God, I finished it." And Dad comes out, and Mom's like, "Tara finished that sandwich." And he's like, "What?" I wanted that. I felt like such a jerk.
I don't understand why you thought that they weren't gonna. He wasn't gonna finish it
Cause like
because it had
he
one
had,
bite
like-
out of it, and they had to go for a
no,
walk.
so I didn't know that. So what had happened is he was like, I'm gonna eat a chunk of the sandwich for some energy for our walk, and then he's like, oh, this is good, I'm excited for when I get home and I get to eat the rest of it. He even had like, he was like, I was gonna eat some Cheetos with it, and I felt
Tara,
like
I don't
such
understand
an
why you decided that
asshole.
he wasn't gonna eat the sandwich. From seeing a bite out of a sandwich, he would have just gotten rid of it if he wasn't gonna eat it.
No, mom would have probably saved it for me to see if I wanted it still.
No.
So I felt like such a jerk because he was so excited. He's like, I'm taking away your keys. I'm taking away your garage door opener. You're not allowed to come here when we're not here.
Where did the sandwich originally come from? I missed that part of the story.
Mom went out for lunch with a friend. So it was from Bishop's Bay Country Club. So
it was a sandwich, never was your sandwich.
I mean, it was offered to me first.
Yeah. And you said no.
And I said no. But
and then so it moved on to the next person.
Yeah.
And then you decided to steal it back. You're not very nice.
It was terrible. I felt so bad because Dad was really like looking forward to it.
Did he go get one? Is he going to get one?
No, because it's from Bishop's Bay, which is like all the way in Wanakee. So he's just kind of.
So it's going to be a little trip he has to take to go get a sandwich someday.
Yeah.
What kind of sandwich was it?
I felt real bad. It was just like a turkey club, but it was really good.
And he was in the mood for it because he might not ever be in the mood for it again. Wow, yeah. Tara. You should feel bad. Mom and Dad, Dad has few pleasures in life. Especially food-wise.
And he literally was like talking about how good it was on their walk.
I get it.
I'm an asshole.
Yeah. But yeah, I missed the first part because I got distracted by my own bod. Oh, I was just thinking, like, I look good like this. Like, it's like it tricks you. It's like, oh, dang, he's beef. He pure beef because the shirt opened up. It shows the chest hair. Looks like I got some good pec muscles that hides the slop. So I just look like a big man, like a burly, cool dude. It's like, crap, that's not good right there. And then you pop it up, and I'm good. It's not good. And then I'm thick and good. There it is.
There it is.
Not that I'm trying to impress you, but the internet might like it. It's probably going to be a clip, but whatever. Cool. So I was going to say, what I was going to if we started telling the story, forgot I did. Miranda and I she was gone for a week and we had a bunch of shows. So we Saturday just fucking binged. We had like 6 shows to catch up on and we had to watch Rookie of the Year because she'd never seen it. So I had to wait for her. I mean, what?
She's from Chicago.
Tara, you haven't seen 10,000 Things. What are we talking about? That's like how the whole movie segment even started. She's seen probably more than you know.
I know, but that's like a movie that...
Of all people.
She's from Chicago.
Of all people.
She's from Chicago.
It came out the year before she was born. That's all you need to know.
Okay. Maybe.
There's plenty of movies from 1983 I ain't seen. Yeah. Probably more than I think. Just because there's less stuff back then, so you catch things. So we had to watch like 6 shows. It was a long day. It was taxing. It was a taxing Saturday. I left for like 2 seconds to get some food for us. I don't even remember what we ate on Saturday.
I started watching because I didn't have HBO because my Fire Stick had died. So I hadn't seen any of Barry. So I put on the first episode. And I don't know if I finished last season. I could have sworn 100% I did, but I didn't remember certain things. But I've seen a couple of those. I'm not going to spoil any, but no, don't.
Well, I mean, from last season, in case someone to see if you remember it.
No. Well, I watched the recap, and I was like,
sure.
What?
Yeah, you probably didn't finish it, Terry. You're garbage.
I feel like I
You're
did,
garbage.
though. I'm almost positive I did, so I don't know.
I'm not sure you did. Terry, can you tap your mic one more time for me? I think it's right. All right. Enough.
I can see it going all the way up.
Once you move, well, I don't know why you have that. You have the thing on, so get that thing out of the way. You don't need to have double breath. No. That's for if you're not using the other thing.
Then I like that.
That's much better. Oh my God. Jesus criminy. supposed to be closer to your mouth.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
No, I'm gonna have to edit it crazy at the end, but that's okay. It's gonna be 2 different volumes halfway through.
Just make note.
Yeah, like I'm
14 minutes in.
14 minutes in.
That's my favorite
1-4.
number.
My
You'll
God,
remember it.
Fuck you and your favorite. Tara, 5-year-olds have favorite numbers. You still have favorite numbers and favorite colors. I don't get it.
I just have favorite number 14, Jonathan Taylor Thomas. Love him.
What's he got to do with 14?
The reason 14 became my favorite number is when I fell in love with Jonathan Taylor Thomas. He was 14 years old. I think I was 12. And I just was like, man, I wish I was 14 so Jonathan Taylor Thomas would like me.
With what you?
Like me.
Oh, they said fuck you. I was like, whoa, because it like when you said it, it like it cut out. Like, did you say fuck me? I was like, oh my God, that's not what a 12-year-old should be thinking.
That's all I
I mean, now he's probably he's a short king.
Love a short king. I'm a short queen.
There's no such thing as a short queen. Women are just short, most of the time.
No.
Pretty much. But yeah, so we did watch all those shows, but we also watched Rookie of the Year. We'll talk about that later.
Okay.
We should talk a little bit of sports first. NBA.
Yeah.
Little NBA talk, little sports talk. We'll keep it short. We'll keep it simple. We'll keep it fun. We'll keep it light. We're mostly going to... So you said you sent me the thing about Ja Morant.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what he's up to. Also, I heard it might not be a current video. It might be old, is what some people are saying.
It was on an Instagram Live, I thought.
The Instagram Live, it came out now, but some people are saying it's not a current, like it's something someone recorded from an Instagram Live another time, just because they were recording it. But they're also saying that might not be true either, but it's possible. If that's the case, it's a little more understandable. You're still an idiot, but if he's still doing that and thinking he's cute, he's just like totally clueless, man, and just trying to sabotage himself.
Yeah.
And I don't like the double standard stuff. Like, if a bunch of hillbilly white boys, they were on their Instagram Live showing themselves like shoot stuff, like at a shooting range, everyone would think it was fucking cool, and I wouldn't. I don't agree. I'm like, you're not. It's the same to me. But I don't know what he's doing. I don't understand it. I don't want to talk about it too much. I just seems like as all that money's involved and all that, just like be cool. Just like, hey, homie, let's not do an Instagram Live of this ever. Right. We don't do Instagram Live.
And like you could see his friend was like instantly knew, like, because it was so quick that like he saw it and like dropped his phone or moved it.
Yeah, so that's what I thought too. That's which made me think it was current. He's like, whoa, what are you doing? Yes. Or they thought they were being funny. Like that was the plan. Like, and just do a quick little one. Because it is short. I had to like slow it down to even see. I'm like, yeah, I guess that's a gun. But I don't know. It just seems like someone should be in his ear and be like, what are you doing, dude? Got a lot of money on the line here.
And that's the thing. Like, that's what's so crazy about it is he's just such a talent, and he, has worked really hard to get where he is now. When he went to a school that wasn't like a big program, and he became the number 2 pick overall, like so many things that he had to work hard for. And it just doesn't make sense why he's doing this and knowing that it will affect his money. And it probably already has, especially since, he had a chance to make a super duper max and he didn't make any of the all NBA teams. And part of that could have been because of the gun thing.
Yeah, part of it was that and the amount of games he missed because of that. And so people were kind of didn't vote for him. I think if he had played the whole season, didn't have that, he might have made all the NBA. Mm-hmm. And made a little bit more money, a lot more money.
A lot of bit, like 40 mil more.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not trying to judge him at all. It just seems like someone should be in his ear.
Yeah.
I don't like hypocrisy and I don't like double standards and things like that. That definitely exists in this world. But what he's doing is just it's so silly. Yeah. That's the thing. It's like little live things where it's like a little quick flash. Like, isn't this cute? And like,
no, it's not
really. Like, no one's even thinking you're hard because it's almost like almost like a high school behavior. Like I'm a teenage boy and like, isn't this, look, I don't want mom to see this.
It's so weird. And I don't know. And people are like, oh, the people he's hanging out with. And it's like, well, maybe it's also just Ja thinking
Yeah.
it's cool.
Yeah. It's not any,
why
yeah.
are we blaming everyone else? Like,
Right.
he might just have a weird.
Yeah.
Here's
If
the
he
thing.
said that he wasn't, if he said, hey, we're not doing that, they'd be like, okay, because he's their meal ticket. Like he's the guy with all the
Exactly.
money that's going to like, I'm sure he's paying some of those guys to like be his driver and hang out with him and be part of his crew. And
And like you
that,
said,
that all ends if, you know, his shit ends.
it's hard to judge, right? Because when it comes to certain ways that like you're brought up or cultural things and stuff like that, like I'm not that's not what I grew up with. And for him, that might be a cultural thing that is seen as being cool, tough, hard. So it might be hard for him to kind of like get that mindset like, oh, this is what makes me a man, but
Right. Well, but I mean,
it's
again,
not
that's
it.
and again, that's a bit of a cop out because as
Sure.
I was listening to some today because a guy was making a point, a man of color. He was
Mhm.
like, you know, he's the only. There's the whole NBA. There are a bunch of guys that came from his upbringing. He's the only guy
Yep.
doing that right now.
Right.
Like he thinks he's untouchable and
Above it. Yeah.
above it, and and no one else in the NBA is doing it right now. At least you know they're not doing it out in the open. I'm sure there's some
Right.
dudes that are living some sort of lifestyle that like that,
Also,
but they're
it's
not.
like,
But they're not acting like they're not acting up on you know, social media. So, and that's really the issue.
and I feel like the other thing too is, you think about somebody who like that lifestyle, that like quote unquote thug life. People don't live long in that thug life. Young people die in that thug life because it's not the life to live. It's same with like active addiction. You don't see a lot of people who are
Right.
living long lives.
Right. You got
because of,
the term old head. They say old
yeah.
head. And there's a reason they have a term for it because it doesn't happen a lot where there's like an older
No.
person that's still kind of living that lifestyle. And again, I can't speak on it much because it's not a lifestyle I've lived and it's not really something I'm around
No.
to even kind of know. But it is. I just think that the amount of someone in that organization should be not babysitting, basically. Like someone should be like, hey, taking him under his wing and like, because that's what happened. Like that's what used to happen. Is the old guys on teams would be like, part of that is teams don't stay teams anymore, and that's
Right.
one of the problems in the NBA is like there's not that camaraderie and stuff like that on a lot of teams. That's a young team, you know, and so someone in the organization would be like, hey, this is.
I'm just curious to see what this like punishment will be. 'Cause
Yeah.
it could be substantial.
It could be. Especially if it came out after the fact and he claimed it was going to be, you know, he basically had it in his press conference, I got to be better. This is my fault. At the end of the year press conference, a lot of this is my fault, and I got to do better off the court as well, and things like that. Like that cost us.
Yeah.
So to say that and then to be doing that, and again, it's like barely a thing in the video. Do you know what I mean? It's like
it's like
what's the point? Like I said, it almost feels like you're like poking the bear, like like when you say shit under your breath to your mom. That's what it feels like. Like, oh yeah, oh fuck you, oh, fuck you, bitch. Or she can't hear it. Huh?
That little TikTok thing you sent or Instagram
Mm.
of that little boy
Mm-hmm.
who was like fucking bitch, and he was like talking about his mom. He's like, "What you? No, I mean I love you, man." So
that's a good
cute.
one. Yeah, that one was good. So anyway, yeah, there's weird thing going. It's a weird deal going on.
I
And
know.
hopefully
I
gets
hate
figured-
it.
Hopefully
'Cause
he
he's
chills
fun to
out.
watch.
You know, just plays basketball because it's gonna be better for him and better for like young kids. He's to be like a role model to look
Yeah.
up to. Like that's a good thing. Like he's a pretty huge star in the NBA too. That's one of the big parts of it. He's a monster star right now. He's probably a top 5 star in the NBA as far as like people being into him. And you don't want that to be a bad message.
Well,
you know?
and he lives in Memphis, which is full of bullshit crime. And it's like, man, why can't you be a positive person instead of just feeding into I just hate it. I hate it. Hey, Drew, tell me if you've heard this one. James Harden didn't show up in the playoffs.
Listen, no one's less surprised than the Mellon siblings. We've been talking shit about that guy for 10 years.
Oh my God.
Basically, right? Maybe
Yeah.
not 10 years, but 6. Never been into his game.
No.
Never shows up in never showed up in a game 7 ever in his career.
No.
Game 6, elimination games in general. They could have eliminated. They were 3-2. They had 2 chances. He did nothing in those 2 games.
Nothing.
And guess what? Embiid didn't show up either. Embiid also was another guy that's starting to be like, he's never showed up.
I know.
Listen, as bad as the Bucks loss was, Giannis fucking tried.
Yeah.
He had 38 points and 20 rebounds. He just missed a lot of free throws, but that motherfucker tried.
Mm-hmm.
These guys don't even seem like they're trying. They're like a bunch of pussies. Tatum's the opposite. Tatum played like shit for this series and is like, fuck it. I'm winning this thing. He's a star.
He is.
He's a star. So, yeah, Celtics move on to the conference finals against the Heat, which is crazy.
Yeah.
And the Lakers moved on to play the Nuggets, which
it's like, dang, maybe this play-in tournament has some legs now.
Yeah. Or maybe like they need to do something about the season because that's a lot of it. It almost means nothing is what we're learning, basically. What do we got? We got a 1 seed and we got a 2 seed.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got basically a
7 and a 7.
Yeah. No. 8 and a 7.
Yeah.
8 and a 7. But I think
both of them were 7.
I think they finished with the 7th best record. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that is correct.
Yeah.
So the NBA, that's coming up this week. I'm into it. I'm kind of started getting back into it and watching it. I want to see if Jokic can hang with the Lakers because if he's playing good, they could easily beat the Lakers. It'd be really weird if we saw Lakers
Celtics
Heat again.
Oh, yeah.
After the bubble, if the Heat could pull it off, I
thing.
could see the Heat maybe pulling off, but not really. I just think they've had to play too hard. And they kind of blew the Bucks. I just think the Celtics are much better than them. And I don't think they're going to do what the Bucks did, where they completely just collapsed. Because the Bucks were far more talented than the Celtics.
Yep, I think the Celtics are definitely going to win that.
I think they got a little more chip on their shoulder.
Yeah,
they haven't won one yet. Where the Bucks kind of got a little complacent. I feel like they got complacent last year too, against the Celtics. I was like, "Are you guys even want to win this game?" I feel like you're tired. They feel tired all the time now.
And then we got the Suns had an exit as well, which Yeah.
It'll be interesting.
Like when people are like, they're going to be the ones, they're the favorites. I'm like, why?
Well, because they had 2. If Durant had played a little more up to his standards, I think they could have won.
Yeah,
but he just wasn't shooting as well. He wasn't shooting as well as he did. If he played as well as he was prior to the injury he had, I think they could have won it.
Well,
as good as Booker was playing.
That right there is why you can't trust Durant anymore, because he does get injured. And then they got rid of all their depth, so they didn't have any help when Kevin.
It'll be interesting to see what happens with the Suns. Monty got fired. There's word that he's the Bucks' favorite right now, which is I just don't understand it. It's just going to be a round robin of these coaches that got fired. And it's going to go to other teams. Obviously, that just doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I don't know that Monty Williams we need a better in-game adjustment coach, which I think that's in game plan guy, which is why I actually think Nick Nurse is the guy.
Yep.
But Monty Williams, I don't know if they think he's going to. It's not about connecting with these guys. These guys know what they're fucking. They just need to be able to. They just aren't. They can't make adjustments while playing. Yeah. It's hard. It's hard to see it while you're playing. That's not the type of guys they are.
That's why the Heat, with like kind of the injuries that they have, and they're still winning because Spo can do in-game adjustments.
Yeah, and Monty Williams isn't really known for that. No. Honestly, the Bucks just Bud just outcoached him 2 years ago. What's that tell you? I mean, that was a lot of that was the players too. Like they just turned it on and played out of their minds. But we shall see. So NBA. Any other NBA stuff before we move on? New predictions. We've done terrible so far. Although I don't remember.
I'm still sticking with Denver. I had Denver winning it all.
I think we had a lot of these.
Well, after the Bucks.
I think we had. I don't remember. Some of us. I don't remember. Man,
you had the Lakers.
Huh?
You had the Lakers.
Did you write it down?
Nobody remember. You had the Lakers. I had the Warriors. I think we both
Oh,
had.
so I did have the Lakers.
You,
I had Lakers, Nuggets. I might have had them all. Did I have
You
Philly or did I have
almost-
Boston? Pretty sure I picked the Heat.
I don't remember what I did.
I might have got all 4 right, actually. I'd have to go back and listen.
Yeah.
I don't remember. I don't write it down. I don't. Fuck that. So who's winning? Who's going to the finals? Gun to your head.
Celtics, Nuggets.
Lakers, Celtics. LeBron does
Okay.
it one more time, and the league helps him a little bit. Come on. Come on.
Scott Foster,
I guess.
since that's who they claim always is rigging shit.
Nah, I just mean in general. Every game. Have you seen the difference in fouls? Everyone likes to call that out, but at the same time, the reason that the foul part of that, but then that's not totally that. Part of that is because LeBron James and Anthony Davis get fouled a lot because guys got to foul them because they're huge dudes. But like guys like the other guys were getting a ton of fouls too in these games, like out shooting them like 42 free throws to like 12 or something like that in one of the games. It's not good. And but again, part of that is because
the
LeBron
game
and
they play.
Davis. It's kind of like how Giannis, like everyone's like, oh, they shot so many more fouls at the Bucks. It's like, yeah, because they literally just foul Giannis all day
Right, because they drive
on
and they don't
purpose. Like they're not even like they'll call it like they were
Check a yacht.
complaining about it in one of those games against the Heat. And like they were fouling him on purpose at the end of that game.
Yeah, because they know
Because they wanted him to shoot free throws. So don't complain about the foul free throw differential because it was because they were trying to foul him.
Yeah,
That's why.
because the thing is, maybe they should just automatically get the points if it's hack a shack on someone.
Nothing I hate more than fouling dudes, but that's a little different because you got to hit it. But 3-pointers over it still. So I might that's why I kind of like the Lakers. They're not a big 3-point team. Maybe that's why I'm rooting for them. They're not just jacking 3 dogs up all night. A lot of good interior play from the boys. Tara, you watched Little Rookie of the Year?
Yeah.
So we both watched Rookie of the Year. We're gonna do a little different. We're just kind of talk about it. We had some plans. I don't think it worked.
I don't think so either.
I'll try. I got a couple takes. But what'd you say?
I said there's way less baseball being played.
There's not a ton of baseball in it. There's only 3 games they show.
Henry literally plays like
2 innings.
a month of baseball.
He starts in August. He starts like at the end of August.
And then he doesn't even play. He doesn't even play in the playoffs. So it's August to.
No, he does.
No.
Yes, they said they're 1 game away from the World Series in that last game. We'll talk about this later. Yes, it's very confusing, but yes, he does.
Okay.
They say they go to they literally say if they win this, they're going to the World Series. So to do that, you would have to be in the playoffs.
Yeah.
But again, we'll talk about that later. You're
Sorry.
wrong, but right at the same time because it's fucking stupid.
Okay, he plays 2.5 months of baseball.
So, Rookie of the Year, 1993. If you have never seen it, see it. It's a good one. It's on HBO Max right now. It's fun to talk about sports. We'll get some takes. We pretty much have a take. Tara, when you talk about something, give it as a take.
Okay.
If you can, if possible. So I just want to start off by saying that I love it. It held up immensely.
It did.
I thought I
haven't seen it in so long.
I was saying I don't think I've seen it since I lived in Chicago. Was what I said to Miranda. I've been here for over 15 years. I'm like, I don't think I've seen it since I lived in Chicago because I would have been excited about some of the
Chicago things.
Like seeing Wrigley Field was wild and how different the area around it looked. I was like, this is nuts.
The L with like how they were like the windows were opening.
Yes, they had open windows on the L. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
What was this?
And it's like what? Spit out it. Yeah.
Oh, man. Actually, you know what? I just might start there. Clark. Does his mom want to fuck Clark?
Oh my God, Drew. His mom wants to have relations with Clark.
Am I wrong? Did you think
No.
the exact same thing?
Yes.
She says hello to the other friend. I don't even know what his fucking dumb name is. And then she's like, turns to Clark and goes like, Clark.
Hi, Clark.
Clark's like a little lady. It's basically the exact same way the little girl that he's hanging out with says hello to him at the lunch table.
Yes.
10 minutes later. Tara, I'm glad you're on this. I had to stop and I smiled. Marianne's like, what are you writing? I'm like, what do you mean, what am I writing? How'd you not see that? I didn't tell her what I said, but.
Oh my God. It was insane to me. I'm trying to find where my notes start with this.
It's funny. Our notes are probably so different because here's my notes.
I can't.
It's about fourth. Yeah, exactly.
Here are mine.
I just have like.
Oh wait, they're on this. This. I was doodling.
I mostly just write words down and then I figured we'd talk about things.
But yeah, I thought the same thing. I was like, okay, creep.
It was wild, right? Like, look at Clark and his long hair. Let me get in on that Clarkity Clark. I'm so happy you felt the same way, Bags.
Insane.
Yeah, so.
The other friend's name is George.
Huh? George.
The other friend's name is George.
And what's his mom's name? Mary? Mary is awesome, except for she wants to fuck his little friend.
Yeah.
But she is a great. Going back to what you said last week, she is an awesome mom. She was great the whole movie.
Yep.
Except
so kind
of. We'll talk. How about? I just don't buy that she's going to keep hanging out with this guy. I don't think. Huh?
Maybe it's just like been a while since someone has like shown her attention.
Maybe, but the second like the kid starts playing baseball, and fucking. Busey's into her.
Oh yeah,
get rid of that guy. Because he didn't do. He was a douche from instant one.
Yeah,
because part of it, she probably wanted a little bit of security with this guy. He had a little bit of money, but the second that her son's making dough, get rid of him. That's the security.
Well, especially the first time when she goes, "I'm his manager." I would have been like, "Excuse me?
What's that?
I am his manager."
Exactly, or someone is,
or we're hiring someone.
Not not my. Boyfriend. Anyway, so that's my early take is the mom wants to bang Clark and her boyfriend sucks, obviously, and I don't buy that she would have stuck with him as long. She may have stuck with him for a little bit, but I don't think she would have lasted as long as she did.
No.
So, what was his name? Jack or something like that? Yeah. He sucked balls.
Well, Henry was like, not this guy, Mom.
Yeah.
So he knew.
So what do you got? So that's my first take. What do you got? What's your first take from the movie other than you liked it? Or you can explain, you can do your first take on it in general, what you liked about it or whatever.
One of my first takes was they made Henry out to be like this terrible ass baseball player, like terrible.
Mm-hmm.
He was the only one on the team wearing jeans instead of baseball pants.
Mm-hmm.
He literally threw the ball over the fence instead of throwing it back into the infield.
Yeah.
But then all of a sudden, he's good enough to be a pitcher for the major leagues?
Well, hold on. No. They did. He's not an outfielder. That's all it is. Because they show him pitching that strike. They pitch in a perfect strike with the laundry detergent. So I know, he has pitching in his blood. He's got pitching in his blood.
But everything else was just so unathletic. It was insane.
He was nervous. It wasn't that he was unathletic. He was just nervous. He can't judge a fly ball. That's what we learned until the end. Until the end, he has a little more confidence, and he catches that goddamn ball at the end of the movie. You know what I'm saying? In the flash, in the jump, yeah. So I know what you're saying.
But I was just like, okay, you guys are laying this on super thick.
But it's fun. It was fun though.
It was fun. And then when he gets home, it looked like he had been working at a garage with all this grease all over him. It didn't look like dirt. It was like grease. I'm like, what? Did you get eye black all over you? What is that?
But he fails to let her know that he not only did he not catch the ball, he fucking threw the ball over the fence.
Right.
Like, you left that one out there, bud.
Tell me this. Did you think that fall that he had would have hurt his arm that bad?
You know what? It's not that bad.
No.
The one later, when he refalls, way worse.
Way worse.
He hits hard.
Yeah.
They could have filmed that better, made it, like, give us a better crunch.
Right. Because I
the
was
first
kind of
fall
like,
wasn't the first fall wasn't awesome,
no,
but
but
he's
it
a kid.
also,
He would have bounced right up. But the second fall, like, the way his arm crumbled under him, it looked like he might have hurt himself.
yes, I agree.
I thought the same thing. It's like, oh, that wasn't as bad as I remember it being. And then the last one's like, oh, that looked bad. Like the crowd should have been hushed. They're like, oh shit,
Yes, like
that little boy out there is hurt.
that 12-year-old. Can we? Okay, we're not there yet. What's your next take?
So, I don't know what my next take is. What do you want to? I don't know. Where are you at? I don't know where your head's at here.
Well, okay. Something that I struggled with for the entire movie was how they were like communicating with the people in the bleachers and like they could hear. I'm like, what? It's just like,
They don't really.
yes.
When?
Chet can hear them.
No.
Yes.
I always thought that, and then when I rewatched, I'm like, oh, he doesn't really hear them. He just is like the way he's reacting makes it seem like but he doesn't really hear them.
And then like when she's sitting in the outfield, like he can hear her.
Hear who?
His mom.
She's on the outfield.
Yes, she is. They're in the bleachers.
No, his mom is not in better seats than that, isn't she?
No, they're in
because
the
he's not looking in the bleachers, and he doesn't hear her. He doesn't hear her in that moment. Tara, he does not hear her in that moment. She mouths things to him, and they're just kind of communicating with
How can he see her
expressions.
eyes? She's in the bleachers.
She's not in the bleachers.
Yes, she is.
No, she's not. Regardless,
Okay.
I didn't have a problem with that
All right.
because they were like on a wavelength, and she goes, mm-hmm. They can't hear each other. They just happen to be saying things out to themselves because they're thinking the same shit at the same exact time. That's what's happening. They're on the same wavelength. They're actually just thinking the same shit at the same time. Take smash. Get next. Move on. His little girlfriend was cute.
She was cute. She was from
She's
Mighty
cute.
Ducks.
Also in Mighty Ducks. I had a brain fart. I thought it was the girl from Hocus Pocus, but it was. And then I'm like, no. Marianne's like, no, it's not. And so I'm like, oh shit. And then it was like the girl from. I knew her from something else. But she was into him instantly.
Before
she was into Henry. She didn't care that Henry sucked ass at all. She thought he was a cool, cute little kid. She thought he was a cool, cute kid.
Nice kid. He was nice. I hated how his team treated him. I'm like, I have played sports my entire life, and we were always nice to everyone on our team. Maybe it's a guy thing, but we were always.
Not really. The guys that stunk, you didn't really. Maybe in football a little bit, you'd fuck with each other, but in baseball, not really in baseball. Because in baseball, it doesn't really even matter. Dude kind of just sits at the end of the bench, and you're just buddies.
Yeah. I was like, God, these teammates suck.
Yeah, that guy was a turd. The one main dude was a total turd.
The coach was a turd, too.
Yeah.
Morons.
Total turd.
Morons.
And then they had the sneezing kid. Get him off the team. Get that fucking kid off the team. So basically, let's move on from the movie. So he breaks his arm. He has to have a cast on all summer. For some reason, they put his arm. I literally never seen someone in a cast with their arm up like that. But I see it in movies all the time. But I've never seen it in real life. Have you?
No.
I guess there might be a reason for that. I don't know. But usually it's like different. I've never seen it up like that.
That noise when he's like that his arm makes
the stretch,
awesome.
like the tendons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If
I heard that, and I like how, so the doctor has him do that, and he's like, rotate it slowly forward, and he slaps him in the nose, right?
And he says funky butt loving. And
he says funky butt loving, which I always love. Good. But then he just sends him out.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, we should maybe take a look at this. He's like, get out.
We'll see you. See you.
If I was the mom, I'd be like, wait a minute. What happened there? Right. Is that okay? He's like, he's like, they healed a little tight. I'm like, well,
and then
what does
he's
that
like,
mean?
leave because he's like embarrassed.
And then mom steps up, gets some baseball tickets, and they go to the game.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got Chet Steadman on the mound, their first game. Chet Steadman's on the mound, sweating through this August game. Chet Steadman, played by Gary Busey at the time, was 49 years old. What's this dude still doing in the league? I don't even feel bad for him later in the movie when they're like, it's like, dude's 49. He's old as shit.
It's so funny because I didn't even think about Chet being like old as hell, but there's like later on and when Henry has to bat.
Yeah.
And the pitcher is like 1,000,000 years old. I'm like, what the hell? Why do they have like 1,000,000-year-old play?
Chet's older Busey's older than that guy. Busey was 49 years old in that movie, Tara.
That's insane.
49. Like,
Oh
what are we doing?
That's so funny.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, honestly, like, he was probably too old for fucking Henry's mom. He's 49 at the time. I mean, look, he was born in... Where's Gary Busey born, Tara? It's a great question. It's a great question. 14-year difference. At that age, that's not that big a deal. So he was 49 and she was like 35. So that's fine. But I thought maybe it could be even crazier. So yeah, that was my favorite part. He's just like, he's the oldest baseball player in town. I like they called him Rocket when there was literally Roger Clemens existed and he was, Rocket, basically.
Well, I thought it was really funny because I think I wrote somewhere in here that Gary Busey is a really good actor because like when he tears his arm.
You believed it?
I believed it.
You believe it?
Every time he like threw it, I'm like, man, he's really working through this. Like,
listen, I was rooting for the Rocket. He was great. Yeah. He was so nice.
He was so nice. Okay, can I say something?
If you like.
So Henry plays for the Cubs. They're like, he throws the ball back. It's a crazy throw. He plays for the Cubs. They find him. He plays for the Cubs.
Yeah.
When he goes in for his first game.
Yeah.
And he goes to like he goes to like have his own space. Mm-hmm. And they're like, actually, you're with the pitchers. And they point down to where the pitchers are. Mm-hmm. And all the pitchers are staring at him like he was fresh meat at the jail cell. And they were ready to like take advantage of him. I was like, what the hell is this? This is so weird.
They weren't happy about it. They weren't happy about
But they looked like they were going to like.
They just looked like they weren't psyched about a 12-year-old boy being there.
Drew, this is what they're doing.
They were not looking at him like they were going to eat that tasty little boy. That's not what they were looking like. What are you talking about?
I felt that.
Sorry, that was loud. I know that earlier in the movie, the mom did that, but I don't think they were doing it.
They were. Rewatch it because they were like this.
You know what I really remember? I remember them working on the boat a lot more in the movie.
Oh, I know.
They're like there's the one time where he doesn't show up, and then there's the time they go out in the boat. That was it.
That's all it.
I could have sworn there was more boat.
Don't you feel like his friend George was being a little bit of a bitch, especially now that we know that he only played for the Cubs for like 2.5 months? Yeah. It's like
I think he's just jealous.
But why?
Because
he was going to reap all the benefits.
But he reaped no benefits from it. Except for he got to keep going to Cubs games.
Yeah, which was like their favorite.
But he wanted that boat. The boat. They've been working on that boat. Listen. His buddies aren't baseball guys. They don't play baseball. Guys.
But they said they were good friends. Other than him getting jealous, they went to all of his games.
He was jealous for 2 seconds.
I know. He was
jealous for one day.
And then he said, "Come on, let's go." He was all in his feelings.
How about the snacks selection they had on that boat? They had a crate full of snacks.
They did.
And they need a goddamn one of them.
That's because the ladies were there and they were just more interested in
I dug
them.
that. That was a fun scene.
Yeah,
that was a really fun scene. I remember loving that when it came out. Mm-hmm. Ladies' men's, those three.
Yeah.
Real ladies' men's. Loved it. I love that they put those 6 kids in that goddamn boat and sent them around. Like they were in that boat.
They were driving around with that smoke.
Yeah, I doubt that I'm sure they did something to get that, but it was still funny. I liked it. Fun scene.
So, the pitching coach?
Yeah. What about him?
Rigma.
Yeah.
As a kid, I liked him. As an
Dan-
adult, I hated him.
Daniel Stern,
Yes.
a director of the movie. He directed the movie. I don't know if
I
you
didn't
saw
know
that.
Mm-mm.
I loved him in it, even this time, because he was so
He was so,
terrible.
Yeah.
He sucked. Like, there was a couple lines that were good. Like, man, he says there's something he said when I forgot what it was now, but I remember saying as a kid where he was stuck in between the two doors.
Oh, help now.
Little help now. Little help.
I
Yep.
wrote it down. Help
Loved
now.
it. Yeah, I also remember him getting stuck more just than the twice. I just remember, man, he got stuck a lot in that movie, just twice.
Just twice. We
Just
needed
twice.
one more time.
Yeah, rule of three.
Rule of
That was
three.
the problem. They weren't. I feel like everything needed one more beat,
Yeah.
like one more time with the boat before they got pissed about it. One more time where he got stuck and acted like an idiot. A couple other things. I don't know. Like, how about jumping ahead a little bit. How about when the boyfriend gets mad? What is his name? Larry Clark?
The boyfriend,
What's their boyfriend's name?
Jack.
Jack. When he goes off on Henry, it's wild.
I know.
He was like such a piece of shit in that
Yeah.
scene. He went from like a fun-loving joke of a douche to like a piece of dog shit.
Yeah. But then Mary hears it and she's like, oh.
Took her long enough to get
No
down
shit.
there. She didn't intervene until she said mean shit about her dad.
Well, that's because she was probably.
She was in the shower,
Yeah.
so it was taking her a
she's
minute to
getting
get her
ready
shit
shower.
together.
Yeah.
Yeah, she must have been getting ready to shower because her hair wasn't wet
It's
yet.
not wet. Mm-mm.
Or it was. She'd done all this stuff and he's just a dumb fuck. So let me ask you, Tara, which one of these do you like better? Rulingfurter, Ravenboozer, Rosenbagger, Gardenhoser, Runamucker.
What was the second one?
Ravenboozer.
I think I like Ravenboozer.
So Rulingfurter, Ravenboozer, Rosenbagger, Gardenhoser. I didn't realize what it was until I just read it there.
Garden hose.
Runamucker. I think I like Gardenhoser the best. But Miranda was mean. I have a note here. I couldn't remember what it was. It says the word bitch, and then it says Miranda, and then it says Rowan Gardner. I think she talks shit about it. She said his name was dumb. And I was like, what a bitch.
Like,
But little did
Garowitz
she know
is
that-
any better? Just kidding.
Yeah, settle down, Garowitz.
Just kidding.
Settle down, Garowitz.
Kidding.
But yeah, so those were. I really enjoyed that game of him saying his name wrong,
Yeah.
and then when he finally said it right,
and
and then he says it wrong again when he starts to suck.
yeah.
I forgot to write down what he said there, but he did say it one more time. So, Gardenhoser is mine, and yours is Ravenboozer.
Yeah.
Ravenboozer. That's a good bit throughout the movie.
Yeah.
So as far as the baseball play goes, he's pretty. What do we think about when his antics start and they get out of that inning? Not when he's pitcher. When he's like running
When
the
he's,
bases,
like-
that is fun.
Yeah.
Pitcher got a big butt. Pitcher got a big butt. That was big when we were young. That was a big line when we were kids.
It was so big.
I remember thinking it was cheesy when it happened, but it's still digging it.
Pitcher. Yeah.
Pitcher got a big butt. And the pitcher looks at his butt.
I
before
know. He's like, wait a second.
So he pitches pretty good.
And that's the pitcher that's like looks like he's about 1,000,000 years old.
Yes, it was. He looked like an older man. So he pitches a little bit. Pitches a couple games. They go on a streak. They're a game away from the World Series. I don't know how. I'm confused by it because they said they're going to win the division, but you still had but that doesn't take you to the World Series. They did have less teams in the playoffs back in the day. It was like they only had 2 from each league, I think, made it.
Mm-hmm.
And then you would play, but it wasn't you didn't win that didn't mean you had to win your division to go to the playoffs, and then you'd play, and then you'd go to the World Series in like the 90s, I believe, before they added all that extra shit. So it didn't make any sense. So he was in the playoffs, but he wasn't. So I don't even know how to judge that.
Well, especially
But then they win.
because. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Well, it was just like when he's like, just I just need you for this inning. I need you to win this game, and I'll love you forever, and I won't ask you for anything else. I'm like, what about the World Series? Like, why
Right.
is this so important? It was very confusing.
Because they wanted to go to the World Series because they hadn't even done
Definitely.
that. They hadn't done that since the 40s,
Exactly.
50s, or something like that. Yeah, it was a little confusing. Whoever wrote the baseball part didn't know shit about shit and how to like the playoffs work. Because like they're just in the regular season, they're like a game away from first. They're a game from winning the division during the regular season. All of a sudden, they're in the World Series in the next game. I'm like, but are you? But they do win the World Series. We see the ring at the end, which is fun. So without the Rocket, without Rowan Gardner, I wonder if Rowan Gardner got any play. What I want to know, Tara, is clearly the team just like got together and like, we're going to win this damn thing.
Yes.
Maybe there's some injuries on the other team. Who knows? Rowan Gardner, little mascot. Do you think he got in it all in the World Series?
No, he said it was his last game.
He said it was his last season.
No, he said, it's my last game.
To who?
To the coach.
When?
To the manager.
Who did?
Henry.
Well, no, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
When?
When he was going in the game. He said, yeah, but this is my last game.
When?
In the last game he played.
No, he does not.
Yes, he does.
Before the game, he talks to the owner, who's a nut.
No,
and says, this will be my last season.
He said, this is my last time. He says that, yes, I'll help you, but this is my last time.
Yes. I don't think so.
It is.
Pretty sure that's not correct.
He didn't play in the World Series. He said, this is my last time playing. Manager, this is my last time playing.
It didn't happen.
Yes, it did.
I'm pulling it up. It didn't happen.
It happened.
It didn't happen. I'll pull it up after.
You, it happened.
I'm pulling it up now. It didn't happen.
Yes, it did.
It didn't.
He said, this is my last time helping you.
No, he doesn't.
Yes, he didn't want anything to do with anything after it.
He said he would finish out the season.
But then he said to the coach, to the manager,
doesn't make any sense, Tara.
I know. It was very confusing.
It doesn't make any sense, and you're wrong.
I'm not wrong.
I don't know how to log in on my computer.
Well, just believe me.
No, it's not correct, so I can't.
It is correct.
It's not correct.
It is correct.
It's not. Gary Busey's 49 in the movie. What's this say? Barry Bonds. Oh, Barry Bonds.
I wrote that.
How little?
Oh my
how little
God,
is Barry
Drew,
Bonds?
I said Barry Bonds pre-steroids. It looks so small.
I just wrote Barry Bonds little. Barry Bonds little.
I said Barry Bonds pre-roids.
Right. There was a couple other guys in it, but the one that was like shocking was Barry Bonds looking little.
Tiny.
It was wild. I didn't have to say roids because we don't know if he took roids, Tara. So Barry Bonds little.
Little Bonds.
You just see that and you know that Barry Bonds did something. He's so little in it.
He's like,
that's 1993. Crazy. And then there was the last game they pull shenanigans. They do the hidden ball trick, which is a beautiful moment. The hidden ball trick is great. Janitor from Scrubs is the first baseman, and they do the hidden ball trick, and then the only thing I would say is I wish they would have come up with something else for the second out because it was dumb.
Like the throw,
like daring him to run, and then he runs over and tags him. No fucking way he catches him.
Have you seen Henry run the entire time? The way he runs
He's
is
so
embarrassing.
Slow. That adult
and it's
male
just
would
like such a bad. It's
that guy's
no
getting to second base.
Yes.
If he would have he should have underhand thrown it to him, perhaps.
Yes. And
that I might have believed it. But the fact that he beats him to it, even though he was halfway to the baseline, there's still no fucking way that he is catching that player.
No.
That guy, adult man. Remember how close that guy chasing him on the bases was? He's basically running in slow-mo behind him.
Yes.
So, and then the third out, obviously, is the big out against Hato. I don't know that we know his name is Hato until the very end. But then it's Hato. I'm like, did we know his name?
I literally just learned it. I must have missed it.
They go Hato. They show a couple people say it as he's walking up to the plate. Which my favorite part is you don't see any of him the rest of the game. There's no like moment there should have been a moment early on where he hits a Rocket throws a fastball and he hits it out of a dinger.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? He should have hit a home run against the Rocket just to like remind us he was there, show that he can hit a fastball. And then he comes in and throws his little pitches, and then he has the moment with mom. When he finds out his mom was a pitcher and not his dad.
And for some reason, he can hear her, even though she's
He
in the
doesn't hear
bleachers.
her.
Yes,
He doesn't
does.
hear her.
He
That's
hears
not
her.
what it implies. They are just having the same. He starts to peel the thing back,
And
and
he's
she
like,
realizes
"You?"
that's what he's doing. And
Then he goes, "You," and she's like, "Me."
yeah,
It's like he can't see her face. That's far away.
yes, it's not that far. And
It
he
is
shakes
that
her.
far.
Tara, no, you have bad eyesight. Then he does not hear her. That's not what is happening.
Me, you.
Yeah, and then he throws the floater, and he floats it, and he strikes out. It's embarrassing, Hato. So I guess my hot take would be: if this is my first take. Did Hato loot? Is Hato over? Is Hato the James Harden of the Major League Baseball?
Yes.
In big moments, he can't hit the ball.
Yes.
Regular season player. Am I wrong?
Nope.
I love that he almost cranks the second pitch.
I know.
It goes
The-
foul. Like he just cranks it. The floater though, he
Go fair.
couldn't handle the floater.
Go.
All right, I talked a lot about it. Is there any? I have all my notes are taken care of. Anything that you wanted to talk about from the movie? Should we do some of your categories? Maybe. Did you do any of your categories?
No.
What are they? Do you have anything else you want to talk about? We don't have to do your categories. We can do
I
some
don't
of
want
them.
to do my categories.
Favorite move? No, we're going to do some of them. Favorite moment in the movie? Do you have hard-hitting questions?
Yeah.
We'll do quick ones then. Favorite moment? Rapid fire these.
I really liked when he hit the guy in the nose and he said "funky butler."
That's your favorite moment of the movie? You're an idiot. What are you, 12?
Yes. I loved
When it
so
happened again,
much.
I was like, oh man, why did I think that was so
Oh
funny
my
when I was a
god!
kid?
I was like,
Funky
Dude,
butt.
I was literally
Funky butt loving.
I was literally thinking about it at the gym today and started laughing.
You're so stupid
It's so
sometimes.
funny.
You're such a stupid idiot sometimes.
It was
Oh my
so
God.
good.
You're a 30-something-year-old woman,
So
and you're laughing at a slap nose joke and they say funky butt loving.
funky
What's your
fuck.
deal?
It's so
Favorite
funny.
character?
Rocket. He's a good guy.
Yeah, he's the best. It's between him and Mom.
Yeah.
Clark's cool too, though. If you know what I'm saying.
Hey, Clark.
I think that is Rocket's the best character in the movie. Least favorite character. There's a couple of options. Maybe you throw a curveball at me.
The guy that's gonna take over the team is such a piece of shit.
He sucks, but I mean, he's not even close to as bad as Jack. He is such a piece of dog shit.
He is such a piece of dog shit.
Jack Bradfield is his name. I like that actor. He plays that character really well, but yeah, Jack Bradford sucked ass. Was there a Tara moment in the movie?
When he goes, what does he say? You can't fire me. I'm the manager.
That was so. You can't fire me. I'm the manager. I repeated it out loud while we watched it.
It was
I
good.
I thought it was so funny.
It was so good.
Like it's unfunny. There's a couple funny moments with him if you watch him in the background. He's doing silly shit when they're all running up to the game for his first day,
and he's
behind him like he can't handle it.
He can't hang. There's like a weird Wizard of Oz
Yeah, what was
at
that
that
about? Why did they have
point,
the weird Wizard of Oz moment? It made no sense.
So weird. It made
Miranda's
no
like,
sense.
what the fuck? I'm like, I don't know. Least favorite, or was there any Tara moments in it? Or like, oh yeah, this is cringing me out.
No.
Speaking of that, Miranda, I can't believe you watch Barry because she's like, the whole show is like that. There's moments like, I can't believe this is about to happen.
I know.
No Tara moments in the movie. Who's the hero of the movie?
The hero is
There's a lot of options for this one.
Clark. He saves the friendship.
He saves the friendship.
Everyone's
You're right.
together and
Okay.
no more fighting.
That's not bad. It's not bad. I think that the hero of the movie is probably I think it's Rocket. I gotta stick with Rocket. I think he holds it all together.
Yeah.
Chet holds it together. He's there. He's gonna change Amy's life. Amy, that's a real name. Mary Rowan Gardner's life. He's gonna change Henry's life. You know, I think he's a good dude.
Do you think Henry makes it to the majors?
No, he's too little.
Too little. His
He's too
mom's pretty
little.
tall. He's only 12. He's
Yeah,
got
but I know
growing to
I
do.
know what that guy grew up to be, and he's little. I've seen American Pie. He stayed little.
He did stay little.
He stayed a little dude. I think Busey probably. How long does Busey stick around? He's coaching them a year later.
Mm-hmm.
How long does he stick? Is he there for the long haul?
I think he's there for the long haul.
Okay, I don't hate. Does he eventually become a major league coach?
Yeah. Once
Henry
out
probably
of
gets
school.
involved with like front office stuff.
Yeah.
That's my guess. All right, I guess rate it. You want to rate it?
Oh God, I haven't come up with a rating. How about?
How about what?
You got one?
No.
Oh,
There's a lot of options, I feel like, though. I'm gonna go with 5. I'm gonna go with 1 full snack crate on a boat. On a boat full of buddies. On a boat full of buddies. I got 1 full snack crate. Snack crate. Can't beat that. The 3 ladies on the side. That's pretty good.
I'm gonna rate it a mouthful of sunflower seeds. Yeah.
That's a pretty good part.
Mm-hmm.
That's like when he starts choking.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. Awesome.
But also, like when you have a mouthful of sunflower seeds, you're feeling pretty good.
Oh yeah, that first salty.
It's like,
ooh, it's salty.
Ooh. And then
it's salty.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't really like it after that. I don't like to chew
No.
it up. I hate that first like salty cheek of it. Dang. Terry, you got hard hitting questions for me?
Yeah, I do.
I hope you guys. We kind of explained the whole fucking movie there, so I don't know if they're gonna go watch it. But catch it. It's still a lot of fun. I promise. We started family. Before we do that, we started. We watched the first 20. We watched the original Parent Trap last night up until they both go home.
Oh.
Because Miranda has never seen it, and they're doing a Parent Trap thing for this bachelorette party. They're all doing like Lindsay Lohan Parent Trap. Tara, the OG is so good.
It's so good.
We're rude. We make fun of her forehead in it a lot. She's got a lot of forehead.
I got a lot of forehead too.
But it's a lot, and her haircut is so fucking bad. Her short haircut is so bad.
That's so funny.
But we really were enjoying it. It's fun. But we both thought the same thing, is that she was giving us fucking mad Charlie Buckets vibes in it.
Oh, with
She's
that
like,
haircut.
Charlie, and the voice she had, there's everything about it. It's Charlie Buckets. I feel like it's the same kid, and they 12 years later they put him in it. That movie's from like 1961, Terry. It's old.
I know. Haley Mills.
Hard hitting questions from Tara Lynn.
Hard hitting questions.
Let's go, Lynn.
So today is National Chocolate Chips Day.
Hell yeah.
So can you tell me your 3?
Dang, we started salads today. That's a letdown. I can't have chocolate chips today.
Your top 3 favorite things to put chocolate chips in.
To put chocolate chips in?
Yeah.
I really just like them in cookies.
Okay, then I have a
because I don't like them, and I don't like them in pancakes, and I don't like them in like banana bread. I don't like them. I like them pretty much in cookies, to be completely honest. I feel like they dry ice cream. I don't put them in ice cream either. I like a chocolate chip in a cookie, and I don't really put it anywhere else. I like it in cookie dough, peanut butter. I like it in peanut butter. So cookies, peanut butter, and my mouth, just my fist.
Do you like a chocolate chip?
I love just like a handful of chocolate chips shoved in my fucking mouth.
Okay. Today is also International Family Day. So give me the top 3 best TV families.
Both of us, or just you?
Just you.
Or me?
Why is it always... It's hard-hitting questions.
Top 3
for you.
TV families?
Yeah.
Well, fuck, you're not prepping me very much. Top 3 families for Family Day. What is it? International Family Day?
Yeah.
International Family Day. Top 3 families. TV?
Yeah.
Okay. Um, it's tough. Can I like? Hmm.
Can you phone a friend? No.
No. So I would say the whole. I don't know what to call them. Everyone in the whole Modern Family. Families in the title
The
makes
Pritchett
sense.
family.
The Pritchett / Dunphys.
Well, they all fall under the Pritchetts because
No,
it's a
they don't.
J. Yeah,
But no,
because it's the J. It's the Pritchett family
they're not all
tree.
Pritchetts. Because the half of them are The whole Dunphy clan is not a Pritchett.
I know, but it comes under.
I can't. I'm
J.
not calling them that. So we're only no, because we don't say we're Chapmans. Think about that. That's really like if we said we're Chapmans,
We are Chapmans.
but we're not. We're Dunphy.
But
We're Mellons. Well, they're Dunphys. We're Mellons. It's not. I would never say. I would say the Modern Family, the full family. Pritchards, Dunphys. Whose name did they take? Did they take either of their names in the? Did Cam get to use his last name
I don't know. I think
when they got
they're
married?
Dunphys. I think they're dumb. They're.
This isn't that fast hitting. This isn't that fast hitting.
Okay, it's the Dunphy Pritchett family.
I'm just saying the Modern Family.
Yeah, the Modern Family.
The Modern Family, full family.
Okay.
Which seems like a easy one. So they're in the mix. I'll rank them when I get 3 names out of my head. I'll call them third.
Okay.
I also like the Simpsons. The Simpsons are a good family. I like the Simpsons as a whole. They all got their own things I like about them. They're funny. And then my number 1 TV family is probably the Paynes. Probably the Payne family.
You love this.
House
You
of Pain,
love the
baby.
House of Pain.
The Pain. House of
No.
Pain, baby. That's
Meet
my
the
number
Browns.
1.
Meet the Browns.
No, the Browns are not as cool as the Paynes. They just aren't. I love the Paynes. They're my number 1 TV family. What's my next question? That's a great answer by me.
It's International Family Day, so what are your top 3
Oh my God.
Mellon family traditions?
Top 3 Mellon family traditions. Just Christmas Eve is number 1. What are our other traditions? I would say just everything Christmas Eve, so I can't count like the actual like us going to get holiday presents and stuff. That's all part of Christmas Eve. So Christmas Eve is number 1. What are our traditions, Terry? I would say Easter basket, look up, look down, look all around.
Okay.
Is number 2. I guess they're all kind of holiday based. Traditions. I think my favorite, and then my third is, and it's not everyone loves it, but it's when we get back to Wisconsin, especially when Trin's around, is go to get Rocky Rococos.
I was gonna say that.
We like to get our Rockies in us. It's yummy and scrummy.
I was gonna say either Well, I'm not a Rockies girl, but I like Greenbush tradition.
Oh, that's good too. Eating food together,
Eating
pizza together.
food.
What else you got?
It's Emmett Smith's birthday, so
Shit.
what are
2-2, deuce.
Deuce. What's your favorite what's your top 3 favorite Dallas Cowboys of all time?
Oh, that was gonna be Emmett Smith, my favorite Emmett Smith moment, and we all know it's when he cried about his daughter playing soccer.
Yes.
It's the greatest moment in any interview history of all time. If you guys have never seen it, Google Emmett Smith daughter soccer. I think that should probably pull it up.
It definitely
But
will.
he gets hurt. He gets injured in a game, and it's probably his last game of the season that year. I think.
And it's when
he goes and
plays for
he plays for Arizona. He's not playing for the
Mhm.
Cowboys, but he was playing against the Cowboys. And they ask him like he hurts himself, and then that's like he's emotional because he probably realizes it's like the end of his run,
last-
and it was back to the Cowboys. He did go back to the Cowboys for like 2 seconds, but he basically is like starts crying. He's like, "Oh, how the game feels?" Like, "Oh, I got to see my daughter play soccer," and he starts bawling. I'm not doing it justice, but it's
Oh,
good.
Emmett.
It's very good. My top 3 Cowboys. It's pretty easy. Emmett's number 1. Is it that easy? I guess Emmett's number 1. I really like. Good question. I would say Emmett's number 1, Tony Romo's number 2, and I really like Michael Irving. I really do. I loved him.
Mm-hmm.
He's a shenanigans guy, but
He
he
is
was
a
like
shenanigans.
I was obsessed with Michael Irving. So that's my top 3 Dallas Cowboys.
It's Emmitt Smith's birthday, so top 3 favorite running backs.
Jesus Christ. Emmitt Smith is Barry Sanders is number 1, Emmitt Smith is number 2, Ron Dane is number 3.
Ron Dane. And today
And
is
Melvin Gordon is a close 4th.
I love it. Today is Straw Hat Day.
Well, that's great.
What are you?
Because I'm wearing one.
Look out! And
Dang.
you're wearing one.
You didn't realize that? It is Straw Hat Day. So what's your question? Do you ever wear a straw hat? Yes, I fucking do. And you know I do. What's your question?
Top 3 best hats.
Well, for me nowadays, I like a flat bill, New Era fitted cap, number 1. Love them. I like to wear. I wear a size 8 because I got a big noggin. My number 2 is a hat like this, a nice straw hat that keeps the sun out. I like it when it's like sweaty and hot out and raining, or I'm on a river. Straw hat. My number 3 kind of hat's not a hat at all. It's a headband. I like a rocket headband, hair tie headband. Like to tie my hair back. Honorable mention: I do like a trucker hat, but everyone kind of ruined them. They turned into like a fashion thing where I just liked them because they were like.
You did. You were a trucker hat guy before they were like a thing.
Pre-Von Dutch.
Yeah.
Before it became a thing,
Yep.
I was rocking them because I found them at like
Goodwill.
I found a couple at Goodwill and I looked and they fit my head. That's the only reason I liked them, because they were big enough to fit my noggin. Not the ones that were like popular though. They were too tight.
Like a
What do you got
real
next?
trucker hat. That's all I
What do you got
got. That's all I got.
That's pretty good. It's been a pretty long. We're already an hour 16 in, and we could keep it a little shorter this week. I got a couple emails anyway. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to talk about. Oh, I do want to talk about Miranda this week. This is ridiculous. Miranda this week is going to Lizzo on Wednesday.
That's right.
I just wanted to make fun. I was supposed to make fun of her last week for this, and I forgot. I got to make fun of her at least once a week. But we're laying in bed. She starts to like giggle to herself, and all of a sudden she's like, "Oh, I already know. If I, when I take a picture at Lizzo, I already know what my caption's gonna be, and it's bad bitch o'clock." And she was pre-captioning her picture that she might not even take. I know she'll take a picture, but she pre-captioned a picture 3 weeks in advance.
I like that it made her giggle too.
So
where you had to be like, "What are you giggling about?"
I'm like, "What the fuck?" She's like, I already know what it's gonna be. She loves it.
Her. I love
So
it.
bad bitch o'clock.
I heard that her and Ed bought
Her and Eddie are going.
They bought some tickets when they got drunk
Yeah,
on the first mark.
We went out on Cinco de Mayo and we got a little drunk, and they drunk bought Lizzo. I think Miranda regrets it only a little bit, only because she's like, it's a busy week, but she's gonna love it. So she'll have
so much fun.
She'll just be a little tired and feel a little overwhelmed this week.
That's all right.
Emails. Got a couple emails this week coming. I bet you guys can guess who they're from. But if you guys want to email us, or tell someone to email it. Tell someone to email us without even telling them what the podcast is about. Tell them to email us about something they want us to talk about. Mm-hmm. I like that idea. Give someone our email. Say, email these guys a fun. Just tell them something.
A topic.
Whatever you want. Ask them some questions. But you're gonna email us at MELLONfights, MELLON fights @gmail.com. Please follow us on Instagram. That's Andyland Entertainment. And also do yourself a favor and follow us on TikTok if you're on TikTok. If you're young and hip and you're on the TikTok, that's MELLONfights. That one is MELLONfights on TikTok. All right. First email's from Jeannie, our mother. Looks like a response. It says mom, so it looks like a response to our Mother's Day episode. Really enjoyed your Mother's Day pod, and thanks for digging some of my traits/methods. I'm a very proud mother. Thanks for leaving out my not so great ones, although you do bring them up often in your pods. Not a lie. We were trying not to do that. Tara wanted to be rude and talk shit, I feel like.
I don't know.
I said, no, Mom, I love you. My Mother's Day was very relaxing. I basked in my momness, Tara and I did a Kohl's run, and my meal was a steak sandwich, tater tots, and chocolate milk. I don't love those steak sandwiches. They're too chewy for me.
Mm-hmm.
Did you have one?
No.
You agree with me, though?
Yeah.
That they're just like, I don't want to chew that much on a sandwich. I like a steak, and I like a sandwich or a burger. I don't want them at the same time.
Yep.
Made up, and it said made by the guy from Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs.
Oh, my God.
Guys, my dad.
Oh, my God.
If you've ever seen Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, there's a guy in it called Chester V. And Jimbo was having a card sale over the weekend, a little baseball card sale in our garage, and a couple of kids came in, a couple of young lads. Like, you know who you look like? And he's like, who? And they like, you look like that dude from Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. And if you don't know who Chester V is, because I didn't
either.
Look him up. It's a fucking hilarious because it looks just like my dad.
It looks just like him. I was like,
so dang funny.
I got it at work and I laughed, and then throughout the night I would think about it and start laughing because it's
You like my little thing I sent last night? My little Photoshop of him showing off his cards.
Yeah, it was so good.
Is he hurt by it, or does he think it's funny?
I think he probably thinks it's funny. Yeah,
I would imagine, because why would he care?
Yeah, I loved it.
She said it was a great day. She said she thought I would share my top good movie WOMs. Number 1, the moms from the Joy Luck Club. Cultural and generational lessons and how they grow together and show love and support is complex and heartening. I should tell Mom if she likes that sort of thing. I think she would dig a little show called Pachinko. I'm gonna tell her to watch that. You guys always liked the Joy Luck Club. I've never seen it. The only time I've ever been, one time we were driving down to either Oklahoma City or Dallas, and you guys watched it on that TV we had that we'd take in the car that had like a VCR.
Yep.
You guys watched it one time, and I remember being loud and a lot of like ladies like jibba jabbing. So, I've never seen Joy Luck Club.
It's good.
Do you like it?
Yeah, it's sad but good.
Reba, no, not Reba. Reba, not bad though. Rebecca, Ashley Judd, and Simon Birch.
Oh boy,
that's a good mom. She is good until she gets her head blasted off by a baseball. She pulls everything in one and everyone together, instills confidence and gives so much love and support to Simon, even though it's not his mom, which is kind of cool. And he excels. And he's, I think, more heartbroken than her actual son. Yeah, not really.
Because he killed her.
He did kill her. Emlyn, Sally Fields and Steel Magnolias. I've never.
Emmeline.
What's her name in it?
Emmeline?
Emmeline? Mm-hmm. Oh, it's Emmeline. Julia Roberts plays her daughter, Shelby. She supports her through thick and thin, makes you laugh, makes you cry. Sally Fields is so good. Entire cast is amazing. Worst mom, the mom in Carrie. Good call, Jeannie. The mom in Carrie is a real piece of shit. The original movie, yikes. She's not wrong. That mom is the worst. But it's a horror movie, so you're supposed to be shitty in horror. Like, it makes sense. But it is a good one. She sucks. Have a great week. Love you, Mom. And our other one is from Miranda Gurwitz. Funny name. It's no Rowan Gardner. Drew and Tara. Oh, wow.
Official.
Very official. Drew, I disagree with you. I don't want Giannis to leave the Bucks ever, and I'm not okay with the possibility that he might someday. Okay, well.
I'm with Miranda there.
Well, Miranda is the only... What does she care? All she has to do is watch Giannis on it. She just likes Giannis.
Yeah.
My favorite movie, it's like also how we kind of like LeBron over the years. We would just watch him wherever he played.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's guys. It just came out. We like LeBron. Okay. We were LeBron fans for years.
I still am.
Cher still is. My favorite mom movies. I don't hate him. He's annoying sometimes. My favorite movie moms. Molly Weasley and H. Potter. Was that on yours?
She was an honorable mention.
Marissa Ventura. J-Lo in Made in Manhattan.
I don't like that movie.
And then Mrs. Gump, Forrest Gump. I feel like she just listened to you talk and didn't come up with her own shit.
I didn't say Made in Manhattan, but I did say
I know, but two of them. Bad movie moms, which actually this one I thought of after the fact, but Mrs. Wormwood, Matilda. Matilda's mom does suck.
She does suck, but I said her.
Oh, you did?
I said her in one of the...
Oh, you did more than one?
It was... Because we didn't do Bad Moms, but we did Miss Voorhees, Throw Mama from the Train Mama.
That's right. I do remember that.
Yeah.
I forgot about that part. Kate McAllister, Home Alone. Terrible mother.
Terrible.
That's a good one. That's what I'm looking for.
A bad mom.
Like moms that aren't supposed... Like, aren't technically supposed to be bad moms, but when she's like, "Am I a bad mother?" Yeah, bitch, you a terrible
Yes,
mother.
You've left your son.
You're a
at
bad
home.
mother.
Kevin.
Shut your mouth. Mrs. Gump. Nope. Viola Fields, Monster-in-Law. I've never seen it, but I know she's a mean
She's
mother-in-law.
bad. She's bad.
Thank you for my lovely appreciation voicemail and shout out. Mm-hmm. And she has top 3 idea. Top 3 band artists you'd want to see in concert. Oh, bouncing off her little Lizzo thing.
Mm-mm.
Top 3 I'd want to see in concert. Now, can we say
Like living
like
or
history?
dead?
Like in history, maybe? Like maybe bands aren't even together anymore, or does it have to be something that we could still see? What do you think, Tara? Still
don't know.
available to see? Because some bands I'd love to see, but not now. It wouldn't be that fun.
Yeah, because I'd love
Like
to
in their
see
heyday. Like I'd love to see
GNR.
like Guns N' Roses at their top at their
Yeah.
peak. That's a great one, Tara. We'll do it at their peak. That's how we're gonna do it. Top 3 bands you like to see at their top, at their peak that you've never seen, and we can't have ever seen them. So I can't say like Bruce
Right.
at his peak because I've seen him pretty much there, and I've seen U2 like still doing a good job, but like GNR was a very good one. So top 3. You want to do top 3 or Queen is your number what? Just say 3. We don't really care about our order.
3, and then
can
GNR
change it if you
2,
Queen, GNR,
and then the Beatles. Woo.
the Beatles. Since I'll pick 3 that you didn't pick on purpose.
Okay.
Though I'd probably pick the Beatles for sure. I would say I'd want to see. I saw Prince live. Doesn't so I can't say him, but barely. I was like up in the way up in the sky, and it wasn't close. And I guess I can't use him. I've seen him live.
Yeah. I'd love to.
So,
I would love to see Prince.
I would like to see like early days, like Led Zeppelin live. I would like to see, I can't think. There's so many bands I'd like to see. I'm trying to look around my room here. Steve Miller Band.
Tom Petty would be fun.
Tom Petty. Yeah, I would like to see Tom. I never got to see Tom Petty live. I would have liked that. So Tom Petty, Led Zeppelin, and maybe
I want to see the Black Crowes. I could think of so many.
I've seen them live. I've seen a lot of bands live though.
Yeah.
Even like they weren't like their heyday, but if I've seen them, I'm not counting them.
Pink Floyd, or would that be weird?
No, like Pink Floyd. Yeah, I don't know that I care if I saw them live.
Sure.
I like, you know what though? When I listen to them live, it's awesome. Like the live albums I have are sound great. You know what I would like to see? I'd like to see like Elton John when he was out like early on.
Yeah.
No, actually, yeah. I want Elton John, Bowie, and Led Zeppelin. Those are my 3.
I like them all.
And that's it. We've done it, Tara.
We did it.
Any grievances?
I got a new phone, which is great, but the camera really shows my wrinkles, which I hate.
Oh,
and
you're old. Is that the actual grievance? That you're an old haggard?
Is I'm an old hag. And I also hate that like I have to re-sign into things and I don't remember passwords, so I have to change all my passwords.
I do hate that.
Yeah.
A lot of times Google will have it. Mine's all attached to my Google, and a lot of times you'll be able to do it fast. But some stuff, you're right.
Yep, most of them I haven't had to do, but there's some where I'm like, I don't.
Every once in a while, yeah. Especially like streaming stuff.
Because like I can't figure out what I use to sign into TikTok, so I haven't been in TikTok for a while. Since
you don't know like the email?
Yeah, I don't know what email I used.
Have you ever logged in on your computer or anything?
Because I tried doing my Facebook and it was like, you're going to start a new one. So I said no. Then I tried using my email and it said no. So I think it might be my alternate email.
Could be your phone number. Is phone number an option?
I don't know. I'm going to have to try to figure it out.
It might be your phone number. If you guys want to get a hold of Tara, her number is 608. I'm trying to think if I have any grievances for the week. Not really. My grievances were eating salads. This wedding's coming up, so we're trying to eat better. And I'm already regretting it. And we haven't even had our first salad. Last night I had ice cream and pie, ice cream
gosh,
flavored pie flavored ice cream.
Ooh,
And today I've
from
had from Milk Bar, and I haven't even had a salad yet, and I'm already hate it. So, but once I start eating it, I will be, because we got good stuff for the salads. I just
have to eat it.
drive around all day delivering food that smells good, and I'm like,
oh yeah.
So
I
there
gotta
it
play
is.
volleyball tonight.
Hey Tara,
Yep.
have a Tuesday.
Have a Tuesday.
Have a Tuesday.
Have a Tuesday.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Melon
Melon fights.
I think we nailed it.
We always nail it.